Hi guys, welcome back to Darish song. And this is the second part of guess what? The release candidate 8 of Retro Machine. I've just keep my promise because I recorded the first part based on Offline for Dreamcast because I want to show you Dreamcast. Let's load a little the volume. I just want to show you for Dreamcast Half-Life, but I promise you I would make a second part record because I want to show all the release candidate 8 of Retro Machine, which is a 512 gigabytes image for the Raspberry Pi 4 and the Pi 400. It's totally compatible, and this is one of my most ambitious works. It's very bold work, and it's very full of things, full of stuff. Almost all the stuff you see into this great work made by the Z team, which is a team of talented people. This is almost self-produced asset work, so means the things you see in this image you will not see on any other image in the market, because we just made our stuff. Okay, like the custom team, there's 32 custom teams on this image, all made by the Z team, and the quality is crazy high quality. If you know DZ Works, the quality is out of control because we just check everything, and I repeat, we almost make all asset by our own. So this is a very DZ signature, and this image is full of stuff, every aspect you can imagine. The music is custom made by DZ and Brutal Bass, which also made exclusive tracks for this image. Can you believe it? There's a great idea, like Mystery Random mode. If you press select, you can start a totally random game between more than 23,000 of games. There's more than 50 different system emulated, and all is tuned, all is tested. There's anything that not works like it should be. All is calibrated on Pi 4 capabilities, and some stuff we added is for overclocked Pi 4, even if most of the image can run good with a vanilla Raspberry Pi 4. Is better to use it with an overclock, and this image just provide many options to tune your Pi 4. For example, there's this great option that's called speed modes, where you can select 4 overclock modes: turbo, ultra, extreme, and omega. The omega is the most advanced overclock, is more than 2100 megahertz to be precise, and this only for well suited units, like for example Pi which are stored into an argon case, for example, which is a totally aluminum case with a fan, so it can keep the temperature very low. And not by case, this image also have an option dedicated to the argon case, where you can control the fan speed without the need to go into the terminal, which is still available, of course. And there's so many options. Just to show you some very techy option like boot edit, which is where you can modify the boot edit file, even in that case without the need to enter the terminal. You can see the credits of the DZ team, and you can also see the intro of the image. There the switcher for the Genesis Mega Drive for the USA and the Europe audience. There's the factory res controllers to res the controllers. DOSBox configuration, this is made only for DOSBox emulator. The Magic Video Screensaver, where you can switch between system related screensaver or all around screensaver. The output mode, you can switch between 720 pixel and 180 pixel, so between HD ready and Full HD. The overscan if you are some borders on your screen. And the Super ES, this is another cool option that allow you to bring some gem, some juice, let's say like that, to the emulation station, which can have some struggle, like for example some slowdown. So you can, if you turn on this option, call it Super Emulation Station, emulation station will become butter, smooth like butter. And also some games can benefit from that. For example, there's way less vertical sync. I mean tearing, sorry, but this is just the same that to activate the vertical sync, screen tearing, and is more fluid. So it's a value for the emulation station itself, but even for the games. So let's see all the system included: 3DO, Amiga 100, 1200, Amiga CD32, Amstrad, arcade, which is with a record set. Look the number 2831 games, all tested. Arcade Hex and Atari 2600, Atari 5200, Atari 7800, Lynx, Atari ST, Atomic Wave, the Commodore 64, the Commodore 64 cartridge, the CDTV, the ColecoVision Community. This is a collection made by the community, so all the games picked by DZ crew, not the DZ team. Check this, not the DZ team, the DZ crew that joined the DZ server, Discord server. So we all together decided the games to include on this list, maybe even you. So 104 games. The Capcom Play System, the CPS, Daphne. The desktop, another great feature of the Retro Machine Image, is a full desktop, full operative desktop based on Raspbian Pixel LXDE. I already showed that this is truly great, because just like one of my previous image called Neon, this image have plenty of multimedia features like that one, but not only. The Dreamcast, great set, 141 games, a truly great selection. The Family Computer, which is the Famicom Japanese, the NES Japanese, the Family Disk System, one of the most recent system added. Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, GX 4000, which is the console by Amstrad, television, Kodi, and this is the Kodi Media Center. So not only a full desktop, but a full, very complete media center, which is also can be updated. The Sega Master System, Mega Drive Hex, the Mega Drive Japanese. You can recognize by the logo, the MSX, Nintendo 64, Naomi, Neo Geo CD, Nintendo Entertainment System, NES Hex, Neo Geo Pocket Color, Open Bore, MS-DOS, one of the most recent systems added. Again, I showed this one of the previous release candidate, because on the release candidate 8 there's not new things. This is just the refinement release, so we all hope this is the final version of Retro Machine. PC Engine CD ports, the PSP, another great set, 1, 3, 4 games. Very great selection, all you tested, all it's workings. The PlayStation, PSX, 5 to 4 games, so a huge set. Okay, Sega Saturn, another great set, is little but is tight. 30 games only, because the PI4 is only partially compatible with the Saturn, but the most important games, I have to say, are there. Like for example, Virtua Racing, Virtua Fighter 1, and of course Sega Rally Championships. And don't forget that there's also, for the first time, the Windows C games for the Dreamcast. Let's back a little. There, the Windows C games, not only the Half-Life, which is already sure, but the Sega Rally 2 and Resident Evil 2. Both of are Windows C games. Okay, let's back where we are stopped. The Sega Saturn, the Scan VM classic, 42 games, basically the best for the Scan VM. And of course there's Blade Runner, the Myst trilogy, and many more. The Sega arcades only. This is a selection of arcade by Sega, but there's some gems that I really love. For example, the Megatech, which is an arcade system based on Master System. And there's also another arcade system based on Mega Drive. It's not Megatech, it's Mega Play. So all in that case, Biohazard Battle. Those are games with a Mega Drive included into a cab, arcade cab. So it's very cool. Other than that, very classic Sega games. Okay, the Genesis 32X. Move on. The Sega CD, great set, 115 games. Great guys, great. The best is here. Super Famicom, this is the Japanese Super Nintendo, so only Japanese game, but like a family disk computer, all the Japanese games, which include an obtrusive Japanese text, are translated in English. So most of games are in English, not Japanese, which was very unplayable. But the Japanese games, most of Japanese games for the Super Famicom never made it to the US, so it's very interesting to have games in English by the fan, of course, because most of this game are never arrived into United States and not even Europe. Super Graphics, only 5 games. Super Nintendo, great set, 1157. The Super Nintendo Hex, the Super Nintendo, the lovely SNES-CD, 36 games, only the best of the best of the best of the best. What you see here are all fan-made games. They are for you can made an exception to that to Super Turrican, which use music by Chris Alsbeck, which gave his permission to use his music into these modes, which basically are the same game for the Super Nintendo with totally new CD quality music. But there's some games, like for example Street Fighter Alpha, which is different than the original SNES release, because there's not loadings at all. And not only the killer instinct is also different compared to the SNES release, because it's more similar to the arcade. It had the music from arcade and also have the video from the arcade. Okay, the Sharp, the great legendary, the legend guys, Sharp X68000, the legend, the Japanese computer legend. A solid set made by Harumila, and Harumila also made the MSTOS set. We never forget his precious works as a DZ team member, of course. I'm very proud of this work, guys. 8 months in the making since the first announce. It's a lot of time. I agree, it's a lot of time, but this is the most evolved work for a PI, and it really makes shine the PI4. And the last system is the Sinclair ZX, another huge set, 1295. Many great games. I don't have the Spectrum at the time, so it's very great to emulate the system. I remember I have the Commodore 64 when it was released, and we back to the option. We don't forget we have also the collections. Into the collection there's some good collection like the Amiga Arcadia, which are arcade based on Amiga. The Amiga Homebrew, all games made by fan, because the Amiga has a very rich homebrew scene. Okay, the Commodore 64 and Classic is the Commodore 64 Classic. It's the same set of games that was released with the 64. So our 64, a selection of 64 games. The Mega Drive Classic and NES Classic and SNES Classic are all the same set included into the Classic edition, which was released of the 3 legendary console with the plus and the minus, to be honest, because some games was not included at the time on those systems because of copyright reasons. So it's a little, I don't know how to say, but there's some limits to those set, but for it's better. You can see it lacks some very important games that defined the story of those consoles. Anyway, and any games can be added to this set, no problem at all. Okay, and let's try to play something, because I want to show you the bezel. Let's try a random game. To activate random, you have to press select and then start. You see like prompted on screen. and listen. There's more than 1 hour of great music. Music that was selected by the DZ team for this image with cyberpunk theme. Let's synthwave. I have no idea what system is, and even the game, because okay, it's an echo. What we done is to mask completely, to hide completely the identity of the system and of the game, because for the thrill of the surprise, you don't know what you have to expect until you start the game, and maybe also later. Okay, you don't have to guess that this is a game related to the Sega. Okay, I think I remember this game. It was released on arcade, I'm sure. You see the bezel made with the same style of the image. Okay, with the bezel there's some discussion. I'm not sure if discussion is a right word, but we discussed about the overlay, because and I totally agree with that. Some of you consider the overlay, the bezel, too obtrusive, too visual, and this is a Mega Drive game, so it's a little distracting, and I totally agree with that. The scope, the target, the objective there was to create an overlay that is not distracting, but at the same time it just do his job, so to feel the black part of the screen, which is unused. Of course, for the 69 widescreen settings, and this is an image that is born on what it was shaped on HD widescreen. So this is Grand Theft Auto, I think, for the PSX. Maybe there's some setting that I think I have to disable the enhanced resolution. Yes, some games, you know, the PSX emulator. I just explained what happened. The PSX emulator can enhance the graphic with the option you saw before, but some games may react wrongly to this option, so in like that case you have to disable the option, basically. Okay. Super Classic GTA, the original Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I showed the random mode. Let's try something more evolved. Don't forget, I cannot show games like have licensed music or something like that, because this will turn into issues, unfortunately. So need games without licensed music. And the PSP, unfortunately, most of PSP games has licensed music. Dang, my friends, dang. Because the PSP works so great. Like for example, Mortal Kombat should be no problem with Mortal Kombat. Okay. Okay.
It was not. Scorpion. Round 1. Fight! Champion wins. Flawless victory. Round 2. Fight!
This is very similar to the Deadline move. And the oh, I think this is fine. Oh, the graphic is impressive for the PSP. What a great system. Okay, let's back to the overall games. As you can see, all works great. 2, 3, 6, 8, 1 games. Just check the number. Are those enough for ya? Okay, it's finished for today. Thank you very much to follow me and for join me in this showcase. I still thanks all the DZ team, Budal Base, Franco Franchi, Arumilla, Cash, and all the good guys which helping me on daily basis, but also all the Discord community, all the Vipers, all the Knights, all the funders and the supporters, and love you all. So we catch up on the next one. Bye bye.